Right now, crews continuing the process of searching the Potomac River for victims of that horrific crash near Reagan International Airport. They are also searching for the passenger jet's flight data recorder to provide some answers on what happened before the moment it collided with the military helicopter. Altogether, 67 people died in last night's crash. An FAA report obtained by the Associated Press says staffing in the air traffic control tower was not normal at the time of the crash. And that leads to so many questions for investigators to answer today. And we want to get some insight into the aviation operations from Captain Richard Levy. Captain Levy, thank you for your time here this afternoon. We wish it were under different circumstances, but we want to start with the video that we've seen so many times. We're not going to show it too many times, but we want to get your insight onto what you see in this video as we see the moments those aircraft collide.
Okay.
So kind of walk us through, in your experience, what we're seeing here.
We're seeing the CRJ 700 flown by PSA Airlines on approach to runway 33 at an altitude of probably around 300 feet. The Black Hawk helicopter is, of course, also at 300 feet. That's going to be a subject of investigation. I believe, I do not have firsthand knowledge of this, the Black Hawk helicopter should have been on their training mission at an altitude of 200 feet. That will come out in investigation by the NTSB. That, what you just saw, of course, is the mid-air collision.
And as we were looking at that video, I noticed there were 3 aircraft visible there, and we understand that air traffic control was in communication with the military helicopters asking if it had seen the passenger jet. We don't know if the pilot who said yes, he did see the jet was referring to the American Airlines flight or that other flight that appeared to be taking off.
Yeah, the one that was taken off was an American Airlines mainline. It could be, and that's a possibility. We don't know at this point, and we're not even sure if the Black Hawk helicopter has a cockpit voice recorder, CVR, that all major airliners have. They're different, just different equipment in the helicopters. But the military helicopters, and this is an older version. So the the helicopter was asked, do you see the CRJ 700? And they replied, yes. And then the controller said, maintain visual separation. That is not uncommon in the United States of America to hear that. And it's self-explanatory, maintain visual separation. Avoid that other airplane. And why they did not maneuver is either they saw a distraction or they're wearing these night goggles, visible goggles that create somewhat of a daylight presentation that you would use in combat. So there was not much of a movement of the helicopter.
And you have 2 aircraft, unfortunately, trying to occupy the same space, that Black Hawk helicopter and the passenger jet from American Airlines. Let's talk about the TCAS, the Traffic Collision Avoidance System. How do these operate, and does the passenger jet and the Black Hawk helicopter have the same technology for that TCAS?
I can speak for the passenger airplane operated by PSA Airlines, not necessarily American Airlines, but it's a crew of PSA. The TCAS is operable traffic collision avoidance system. The first warning you get is verbal through the cockpit flight deck, and you hear traffic, traffic, and so you see an indication on an indicator in the flight deck, and then if it comes very close, the voice will say climb, climb, or descend, descend. However, that is deactivated or not used below 1,000 feet. That would be unsafe to get that direction of a movement. So the question is on the CRJ, the PSA Airlines, on the voice recorder, we're going to hear if that went off, traffic, traffic. It may have been too late to make a movement. And the Army helicopter, I'm not sure if they have the TCAS equipment. It's usually used on climb out or descents or at high altitude, not within 1,000 feet of the ground normally.
All right, we could talk to you for hours about this, and I'm sure, Captain Levy, we will have you on later to continue this discussion. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. We will certainly be in touch with you as this investigation unfolds. Captain Richard Levy, our aviation expert here today.
Thank you, Derek.
Absolutely.